Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel, I hope you're all doing well. We will speak about Mercato today, especially two names, left back, right back. Mercato is moving, and finally I have to admit, because Juventus was late, we know it, we were restructuring the management that would take care of the Mercato, we know it, at the moment it is maybe temporarily, just waiting for Giuntoli, or even they will take care of this summer Mercato, but finally Mercato is moving. And it is not a mystery that yesterday, during the day, a little bird came into my house and started speaking to me. Beppe, attenzione, occhio vivo, keep your eye open on the name of Parisi. That is not just a suggestion of Mercato, but could really be a new player of Juventus. That little bird came, told me that. I tweeted the picture in the Telegram group. If you didn't yet and you want to join, it's totally for free. The link is into the description. I put a sand clock. People started to get excited. What do we see this morning? We see Tutto Sport with Kulusevski 30 milioni, poi Parisi e Frattesi. Big, bold letters. Kulusevski will bring in 30 million, then Parisi and Frattesi. We'll speak about all these names on the video, but first of all, let me ask you something. Can we find a name for my little bird? Because at the moment, I was not creative enough. So I'm waiting for the creative one between you. Give the name to the little bird that is sometimes telling me some Mercato voices, and absolutely not from inside of Juve. You know it. I'm always speaking about other people giving me sometimes some ideas. Parisi is a good one. So give a name to the bird, maximum of like, subscribe if you didn't yet, and you know it, by the way, yesterday 500 likes on the morning video, fantastic, even more, so thank you for that. We start with Tutto Sport, speaking about a lot of names. We will start speaking first about Parisi. Parisi is a name that is convincing me, you know it. Yesterday I made a video, or 2 days ago, I don't remember, Zaniolo. I was not 100% convinced, for one reason. I want men before names. I really want men with attributes, men that are able to suffer, that really want to sweat the shirt. Parisi is going into that direction. He's a young kid that plays at Empoli, fantastic, convincing season at Empoli, and looks like he's already about to say yes to Juve, or he already said yes to Juve. Now we have to find an agreement with Empoli. A player that is Italian, that is young, that is not earning a lot of money. We can even negotiate with Empoli to give them a player. We are speaking maybe about Ranocchia, that will not be bought officially from Monza. It can be or loaned out or sold in the transaction, in the deal, in the negotiation for Parisi. One thing is sure, Juventus is going, as I told you a few days ago, towards a four-man defense. And this is important when you start aligning your names and you're starting to think about the new team doing Mercato, that you have a clear idea. Are you playing with 3 or are you playing with 4? Well, the names that we heard, you remember on the left side, we were speaking about Valentin Barco, Cambiaso coming, probably not as a starter at Juventus. Well, Parisi jumped all the names in that list of left back, and he's really convincing me. Then, can we play the card, the Joker, loaning out Sule to even reduce the price even more? Could be. I don't know, but Parisi, pay attention. And I like that because he's not the only one that we are looking to reinforce our fullbacks. We'll come back on the right back name that yesterday Di Marzio told us. But first of all, let's speak about the other names. We have Frattesi. Yesterday, a lot of Inter fans, they were already celebrating the yes of Frattesi. Well, just to give you an update, it is not a done deal yet with Inter. Close, yes, but they need to sell first. Otherwise, there is no Frattesi. Carnevali is holding meetings with everyone. Meetings, lunch, dinners, and we know it. We remember that Locatelli, Cherubini, Carnevali triangle, how long it took, how many dinners, how many lunches they were together. You remember? Well, he's doing the same, and he's totally right for the name of Frattesi. Today they are speaking a bit less about the Rabiot saying yes, but at Juventus, after selling Kulusevski, wants to accelerate for Davide Frattesi. I told you, I am not 100% convinced. I like the player, but not 100% convinced. But Juventus needs to be convinced. And if they are convinced, they need to go super fast. Otherwise, Frattesi will really go to Inter, that is scared that Juventus is doing what they did last year, taking Bremer from them in a really fast move. Anyway, let's see and follow up Frattesi. But then they are speaking about Kulusevski. Yesterday I made a video I spoke about Huijsen, about Longe, about the new player for the under-19, but also about the fact that Juventus did what I was asking in the morning. I said you need to sell, and you need to sell really well, not changing the asking price. Well, Juventus, they changed slightly from 35 million euro. That was actually the agreement with Tottenham. They asked for 30 million and Tottenham agreed. And I'm super happy about that. You will sell me Beppe, but we lost 5 million. No, because there was an obligation to buy if they reached certain things, like the qualification in Champions League, for example, which they didn't. So there was no obligation to buy anymore. And it's normal that a club like Tottenham that will not play Champions League, that changed the coach, that changed the sporting director, is trying to negotiate. They were even asking to pay us 20 million. Juventus said no. We also have offers from other clubs. Newcastle, for example. At the end, we sold him for 30 million euro. We are still waiting for the officiality, but it will be done. And that's a really great move from Juve that I am super happy about. Because 30 million plus the loan, plus this, at the end, it's a deal of 40 million euro for Kulusevski that had no space at Juventus. And if he would have come back, it would be really a pain in the ass to try to put him on the market. And again, dealing with a lot of clubs. And at the end, with all the dinners, with all the trips and so on, you would probably lose 5 more million. Anyway, we continue with the other players. I told you about the right back position. Yesterday, I heard a name that I like, that I really like. Castagne, Timothy. Castagne is a player that played at Leicester. He knows Serie A because he played at Atalanta. The only thing that when he was at Atalanta, he was playing in a 3-man defense. When he was playing at Leicester, 4-man. So he can play 3-man, he can play 4-man. He's 27. He's not really that old. He's still in the maturity. And actually, it's really smart from Juventus to try to negotiate with teams like Leeds for Gnonto, even if we don't hear the name anymore, like Leicester for Castagne. Because I tell you, these teams that are going into the second division of UK, probably they will give you better deals than when you go for a team in Italy, in Serie A, that is asking for a random player that you never heard about, 40 million euro. So it's a smart move, because these players that are going in second division, they don't want to stay in second division. UK teams, Premier League teams, or second division team, they don't need that much money, but the players want to leave. And that's why they are trying to find the best possible deals. Castagne is a player that last year played, if I'm not wrong, in all competition, 42 games, played over 3,000 minutes. It was an average of 80 minutes per game. It's a player that had some small injuries in the past, but it's over. And it's a player that can give you consistency, can play as a right back, can go up and down. It's a player that I remember when he was leaving Atalanta, we were already speaking about him on the channel, and we were saying, why is Juventus not going for that player? Do you remember? Okay, it's 3 years ago, but why not? And still, he's not the best player. It's not the dream player that I would dream about. No, but it's smart, because I would not have imagined, if everything goes well, that next season we go towards Parisi on the left and Castagne on the right in a 4-man defense. What an upgrade if you are looking at the last season in the fullback position of Juventus. Apparently there is an asking price of 15 million euro, which is not incredibly high. And don't forget, he's already playing 3 seasons abroad. So if you are having to pay him a salary, you can still benefit of that tax benefit, which is fantastic. If Tuttosport was a bit shy on the name Castagne, Gazzetta dello Sport is going all in, with Milik on one side because he will be signed, and also Castagne in big. Via alla nuova Juve. We start with the new Juventus. We stop speaking about Castagne if the voice is persistent there. And Di Marzio said yesterday he is a real serious name, and probably the most serious name on the right side of the field for Juve. We will continue to speak about him. But then there is something that I don't know if I have to believe or not, but apparently there are the contacts, and we made a video about it. I don't know if you watched it with my friend Matisse, about 3 players of Chelsea, Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic, and Chalobah. I asked information. I forgot to ask about one player, Casadei, Italian young player that did a fantastic World Cup with the under-20. I didn't ask about him, not only because I forgot or not, but I was not even imagining that it was possible that he could have been linked with Juve. Why? They signed him for 20 million euro last season from Inter. He didn't play with Chelsea, he played with the Reading on loan, I believe. Ragazzi, apparently, if Vlahovic would really be a target of Chelsea that doesn't want to pay more than 60 million euro cash for him, they could potentially ask, maybe on loan, for Casadei. Ragazzi, Casadei is strong, huh? Casadei is strong. We know that Allegri has a problem, making sure that his strikers are scoring. And usually, what is the alternative? Finding midfielders that are scoring. Well, he has some goals in the legs. I don't know if it's true or not. Yes, I am excited. Yes, I like the player. Yes, he's great. On loan, I'm scared. Because you never know. On loan. But then, if you have a loan with the possibility on 2 years, possibility on certain parameters to sign him permanently with a deal, with a cheaper price, why not? Juventus is thinking about the future. Yesterday we announced it, Huijsen, Nongue, 2 players that I really bet on. These players, attenzione, not for the first team, but for the under 23 with an open window to the first team. I really, really like them. Yesterday Juventus already signed, and we spoke about it yesterday, Bruno Martinez. Yesterday I couldn't put a picture. I found some picture of him. Look at that physicality for a center back, but he's really far away from the first team. But anyway, let me know what idea you have of Parisi on the left, Castagne on the right. What is the name that we give to the little bird of the intro of the video? Let me know. Let me know. What about Casadei? Is it a dream? Is it something that you believe that can happen? Will Vlahovic really go? Where? To Bayern? To Chelsea? Let me know. I'm curious to read you. Grazie, forza, Juve.